Called the Self-Administration of Northeast Syria, or SANS, it controls a third of Syria, between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. Some 4 million people live within its borders. After the Syrian revolution began in 2011, the Assad regime began to pull out of northeast Syria. Then the people of this region had to fight both Al-Qaeda and then ISIS. These two major developments led the people of this region to form a representative form of government not seen in the Middle East before.
Truly, as I have mentioned before, the self-administration of northeast Syria, and also in this management, all the minorities are from northeast Syria, from Kurds, Arabs, and Syrians, and Turkmen, and other minorities.
They see themselves as an example of this inclusive government. Al-Mahash is an Arab man, Khaled is a Kurdish woman. It's a federal system of government like the U.S. and makes the role of women a priority. The charter calls for 40% of the representative body to be women.
Of course, after the revolution in North and East Syria in 2011, the women in Syria in general, and especially in northeastern Syria, have proven themselves in all fields, and it started with joining the military by joining the Qasadic forces and the Syrian Democratic Forces in freeing much of the region side by side with the men.
Why the priority?
Because women are the half of the society. Men and women complete the society.
This village meeting is one of the regional women's centers designed to train women to play a role in society. They've also made a place for Christians.
This project is democratic, and for the first time it has recognized us as Syriac Christians and recognized our language, culture, and even our religion.
This Church of the Brethren is the only evangelical church in Kobani. One of the church leaders says this would never have been allowed under the Syrian regime. It's one more sign of the religious freedom under the self-administration of northeast Syria.
Concerning the church, we can express our rituals with complete freedom.
The new government wrote a social contract in 2014. In their preamble, it states, the charter proclaims a new social contract based upon mutual and peaceful coexistence and understanding between all strands of society. It protects fundamental human rights and liberties and reaffirms the people's right to self-determination.
It's completely new in the Middle East, and I'd say it's completely new in the whole world.
Freelance journalist Carlos Zurituza has covered this new government for several years.
What these people are actually doing is rebuilding themselves, starting from scratch after decades of repression by the Assad regime. So literally from day one, since 2012, since they liberated their territories, they are in the process of reconstructing civil society, integrating the different components in the region, not just Kurds, it's Arabs, Armenians, Syriacs.
Zurituza says this unique experiment could be a bridge to the West.
I'd say that these people are our natural allies. These people have a model for equality, of a secular society, for democracy, for human rights.
They look to the U.S. and Europe as their inspiration.
I am fond of America. The American people are free. They are a democratic people. And as a region here, we want to create a model like the European countries as people, Muslim, Christians, Yazidis, create a community that is a small Europe in the Middle East.
Yet Zurituza says this is a fragile democracy. Is this in danger right now if the U.S. pulls out?
Absolutely, absolutely. The Turkish border is right there. Erdogan has always made his plans very, very public, and the regime is controlling the city center here in Kamishlu. And there's also lots of jihadi factions, Islamists.
The leaders say their hope is to spread this new democracy throughout Syria, rather than form another country. Whether it can survive long enough to make their dream come true remains to be seen. Chris Mitchell, CBN News, North.